Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Zach Lajway. We have a lot of important news to get to this morning, but first we're talking about the dangers of leaving children in hot cars. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, about 40 children die each year, either because they were left or became trapped in a car. Joining us live this morning to talk more about how to prevent hot car deaths is Dr. Sandra McKay, pediatrician with UTHealth Houston. Good morning. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You know, this sadly is a tragedy that we cover all too often here in Texas and along, other southern states. Talk to us about, heat-related concerns and illnesses when it comes to these hot summer months.
Absolutely. And certainly, June, July, August are the peak months that we tend to see these heat-related illnesses and tragedies. And kids are especially susceptible to them because, they're home, they're running around outside, and, they will engage in sports and they're out swimming in the pool. We don't necessarily realize that, activities like playing in the pool are activities that kids will often get that increase in temperature. They're running around and they can get heat stroke, which can result in, increase in that body temperature, confusion, vomiting, diarrhea, things like that can result in illness. And hot cars are especially dangerous for kids because, when you're out of your normal routine, that's when parents can unintentionally leave children in cars. But then also when you're home, kids can accidentally or unintentionally access those cars that are left unlocked because they're playing. They may get into those cars, and parents may not realize that their child got into a car. And in under 10 minutes, children can be in a car that heats up to well over 120 degrees that can really be devastating for children.
Yeah, it's devastating and it's heartbreaking to see happen. Dr. McKay, when we're talking about these types of situations, what are specific signs of heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses within children?
So things that you'll see is that you'll see kids having elevated temperature, but you'll also see lots of flushed hot skin. You can see some confusion. They may be a little bit off or disoriented. They may complain of bad headaches. They complain of some nausea, just overall not feeling good. Dizziness, weakness. If you start seeing some of those signs in your child and they've been playing outside, it's time to make sure that they're cool. You bring them inside to a cool space and give them lots of fluids. And certainly if you're concerned that they're really just not acting right, it's time to get them in to see a doctor or bring them into the emergency room because this can be very serious. Untreated heat stroke can lead to brain damage or death and if it's not treated properly and emergently for children.
And I know you have tips for us this morning that you can share with parents and caregivers.
Yeah, certainly. In Texas, we're used to the heat, so we're used to kind of feeling warm all the time. But in those peak hours of the day, especially between like 12 and 6, really being aware and cautious about avoiding those peak sun hours, wearing light-colored clothing if you do need to be outside. I like to tell parents be cautious about being out at the pool because while we like to enjoy the kids being out in the pool, summertime pool time is like exercise in the bright sun for kids. So be aware of that and make sure that they take frequent breaks for water if they are playing out in that sun, so that way they can stay hydrated and stay cool. Be mindful of the temperature, bring them in frequently for those breaks. And if you do need to have that outdoor exercise time, if they're part of things like summer camps, try to do as much as you can of scheduling those things for the evening time, so that way they're not in that peak sun time of the day.
Dr. McKay, if a person notices a child left alone in a car, what should they do? What can they do?
Yeah, first of all, absolutely call 911. That is very dangerous. That car, you have no idea how long they've been in that car. And need to call 911, and it's important to get children out of a hot car as soon as you see a child in a car because it is like an oven in there. And even doesn't matter what time of the year that is in, even in temperatures where it's 60 degrees outside, inside of a car can elevate into as hot as 104 in the sun. So anytime you see a child attended in a car, they need to be out of that car. And just so you know, in the state of Texas, it's actually against the law to leave children unattended in a car for longer than 5 minutes.
And we, of course, need to work on some legislation that makes it illegal to leave pets in the car, too. We so much appreciate your time, Dr. McKay, this morning. Thank you.